the game, folks. This is the play of the season.
Stream the Philly Special now on the ESPN app.
My name is Whitney Allen, and I'm a widow. My husband, Ryan, died. We never thought we'd ever have to use life insurance, but the unexpected happened. With Ethos, signing up was fast and 100% online. You can get a quote in seconds, apply in minutes, and get same-day coverage. No medical exams, and you can get up to $3 million worth of coverage. I'm grateful we were prepared.
Get your free quote at ethos.com/game. That's ethos.com/game. Paid spokesperson. Time spent on application may vary. Online health questions required.
This is Paul Feinbaum. That'll do it for me today. Coming up next, The Drive with Wes Neighbors and Steve Moulton on 97.7 ESPN, The Zone.
From the University of Alabama, this is Crimson Tide Today. It's a daily update on Bama sports and it's brought to you by Vector Security Champions Lane, the best pregame fan fest in college football. For more information, visit championslane.com. Hello again, everybody. I'm Roger Hoover. Here are thoughts from Alabama baseball head coach Rob Vaughn following the season opening series win against Washington State.
Results obviously much better, but just executed at a better level. You know, you even saw it early in the game today. I mean, Zayner was as dialed in as it gets there in that first game, and we needed that because you could even feel the dugout. Like we go first and third in the first and kind of jam job F4, don't end up scoring in the first, and you could feel kind of some tightness in the dugout. You could feel like oh man, we got to do this. And luckily he was dialed in. It was just 0 after 0. And then when Luke Vaughn finally hit the homer, he kind of let the boys see the ball go through the net, you know, and they felt like they loosened up a little bit, started running off really good at bats. And we went from like no quality at bats at the beginning of the game to pretty elite as it went on. And then had the young pup in the second one. Upchurch did a great job in his first start, and hitters were great. So much better day today.
I'll have more in a moment.
Tide fans, are you ready for game day in Tuscaloosa? Don't miss the ultimate pregame experience this season at Vector Security Champions Lane, opening 4 hours before each home game. This fan fest has everything you need to get pumped for kickoff. Located next to the Walk of Champions, you'll enjoy live music, player autographs, the best food trucks from all over Alabama, and ice-cold beer in our Legends Lounge beer garden, where there's never a cover charge. Check out championslane.com each week for the latest updates. Roll Tide!
We've got you covered this afternoon for Alabama baseball against Samford. First pitch from Birmingham is scheduled for 4 p.m. Central, with our coverage on the radio starting at 3:45 p.m. Crimson Tide Today is brought to you by Vector Security Champions Lane. Crimson Tide Today is a production of the Crimson Tide Sports Network from Learfield.
Tom Luganville here for my friends at the service department at Woody Anderson Ford. When you need service on your vehicle, whether it's a Ford or any other make, you want to get into Woody Anderson Ford, where their expert service technicians will get it diagnosed and repaired right away, the right way. And while you are there, check out all the new and pre-owned vehicles at Woody Anderson as well. They are ready to make you the best deal possible. Visit Woody Anderson Ford today.
Woody Anderson Ford on Jordan Lane in Huntsville, Hughes Road in Madison, and online at woodyanddersonford.com.
Four-time Grammy-nominated Joe Bonamassa, hailed as one of the world's greatest guitar players. Blues rock titan Joe Bonamassa, performing live March 19th at the BBC Mark C. Smith Concert Hall. Tickets on sale now at Ticketmaster.com. Joe Bonamassa. Every show is a new experience.
I'm Abraham here for Valley Equipment Rental. You know, if you're a contractor installing fences, you need Valley Equipment Rental for augers of all sizes. And if you need a forklift to get those shingles up high on a roof, Valley Equipment has 10K lifts that reach to 56 feet. Valley also has tow-behind lifts that have a working height of 35 to 55 feet as well for power washing those two-story homes or doing whatever else you need to do. Lifts, forklifts, tow-behind lifts, 35 feet and up. They have your lift at Valley Equipment Rental. 2 locations, North and South Parkway. Valley Equipment Rental.
Talking Ball with Scott Tyson and Drew DeArmond. Weekday mornings beginning at 7 a.m. Only on 97.7 ESPN The Zone. WZZN, Union Grove, Huntsville, Alabama. 97.7 ESPN The Zone. This hour of The Drive is brought to you by Lynn Leighton Ford, located online at lynnleightonford.com. Welcome to The Drive with Wes Neighbors and Steve Moulton. Call into the Neighbors Wealth Management Hotline, 256-576-4977.
That's how I roll. And I'm not going to drink and drive anymore.
That's 256-576-4977. Now, here's Wes and Steve.
It takes more than one person to fill in for Wes Neighbors. That is Drew DeArma and Keith Neighbors here in studio. And, of course, the man behind the glass there is the one and only Brian Temple.
Two-sport athlete.
Two-sport. Yeah. Multi-sport. Okay, yeah.
Yeah, I just did two hours of conservative radio.
That's right, on Talk Radio, WZZN.
Met the anchor over at Fox 54, Kenesha Dees.
Okay.
What a lovely individual. She's just a beautiful person inside and out. We had a lot of fun. So if you get a chance, go over to Talk Radio WZZN. And
I did notice Bill just kind of perked up.
Yeah, he did.
A little bit.
Yeah, he was right sprightly after being out sick for a week. And he's back.
Well, it's good to have him back. It's fresh off of a President's Day, as well as a little bit. It's good to see Bill out and about more than anything.
We call that a Tom Abraham.
How are you, Keith?
I'm doing great, Steve. How are you?
I'm good. We're now less than 3 weeks away from spring drills down in Tuscaloosa. March 9th, by the way, for those of you scoring at home, March 9th.
Yeah, it'll be, and I'll be turning 51 on the A-Day game.
How about that? Wow. Did not know that.
Well, or in the old two-a-days, Rush Pro should be proud of me. The Michael Dijon.
I remember 51.
I'll be 52 on Sunday, and I know Wes has got a birthday coming up as well.
And he'll be Terrence Cody.
Well,
that's all I'll say.
Yeah.
Wes's birthday is the 28th, but I always thought, because he was born on a leap year, and they might have just moved it back because he's starting to act his age. If he
was born on a leap year?
Yeah, if you divide by 4.
That sounds about right.
It takes neighbors to make that joke.
It's a good call right there. If you'd like to be part of the program, you can do so on the Neighbors Wealth Management Hotline at 256-576-4977. Not a whole lot of breaking news here on a Tuesday. Still waiting for the judge to do something up in Knoxville. No ruling as of 6:03 Eastern.
Well, I will say this. There is one thing. If people have been watching on WZZN TV, I don't look like Jed Clampett anymore.
You did get your tooth fixed.
Shout out to Twickenham Dentistry and Dr. Cook.
That is something. And something else that at least I was alerted to, and I'm going to start here. It's what you told me about the podcast that came out yesterday with Neil McCready and Tyler Siskey. And this whole idea of this one portal period solving a lot of things, Tyler Siskey ain't buying it. He is not buying it one bit. That coming up in May, it is going to be a show. It's going to be a show, but here is exactly what Tyler Siskey had to say on what he thinks May 2026 is going to look like in college football.
I cannot even get my head around people trying to do the early predictions for next year and wins, losses, all that stuff. But then again, because I know the chaos that's coming in May, it's coming whether you like it or not. You may benefit from it. You may be the victim of it. But there's going to be mass chaos. That'll be the next.
Right.
So right now we got all these eligibility deals going on. This will be bigger than all of it. May.
What's the chaos?
Players will unenroll from their institution and enroll somewhere else, but no tampering. Obviously, nobody would tamper in this case.
No, of course not.
They just, they're like, you know what, dude? I think I need to go to Alabama, and they'll just unenroll from Texas and go to Alabama and just show up. The only reason we have the portal, Neil, is so you don't have to tamper. That was the reason.
So all you have to do is you really believe this is going to happen at a high level? At a high level.
At a high level. Yes, I do. I think players are going to be. I think it's going to happen. I just do. I just think it's going to be that way. It's going to happen. It's just going to be. It's going to take one. Everybody's going to be like, wait a minute. portal's closed. See what had happened was, I mean.
But if a kid unenrolls from Tennessee and ends up at Texas, that's going to get noticed.
Yeah. And again, nobody cares either. But the other thing that there's going to be fewer, obviously it's not going to be just wide open, but, JUCOs get smoked in August too. And people don't realize it. It happened last year. It'll happen again this year. Is you'll get to camp and somebody get hurt and whatever it is. And all of a sudden they'll turn around and they'll go, a player will be practicing with their junior college. Okay. Like practicing, getting ready for the season. And they'll need a backup, and they'll go and pay somebody $50, $100,000 to dip. I mean, it's a mess, man. I mean, but again, I'm to the point to where it's such a big mess to me. I don't even know. I mean, it's chaos. I mean, let's just call it what it is. Nobody cares because the ratings are up and all that stuff, but it's not sustainable. I mean, when is enough? I'm with you. Is like, when is enough? I mean, I think we're there, but like we're not. So like it's 5 minutes past enough for me. It's 15 minutes past enough. Yeah. The tampering part, it goes in one ear out the other for me, just because I know it's so rampant. I don't see things as, oh, this guy did it as opposed to this guy. Tampering is tampering to me. So it doesn't matter who does it. But yeah, I just think it'll be May will be a complete show, because they'll get done with classes. They'll do exit meetings. They'll go home, and then agents are rampant, and it'll be what it be. And who's paying the buyout, how they're getting around it, how they're manipulating the cap, all that mess. And you get schools like I'm sure we talked about a little bit the other day with Texas Tech, talking about how they were going to get everything Texas Tech they laid out in a plan they did is completely legal. Instead of paying the players NIL, they're going to pay the school, and then let Adidas do real NIL deals. Just a shell game of money, where instead of brands paying the school, the brands pay the players, and then boosters pay the athletic department what they're losing. So it's just a shell game.
How real do you think this is, Drew?
I mean,
kids unenrolling and just showing up at a school.
I mean, Tyler has been in the game. I mean, he worked at Alabama. He worked at Ole Miss. I mean, he's been through it. I mean, he still talks to a lot of coaches. I'm sure some of it is going to go on. I don't know if it'll be rampant, because I remember last year Josh Pate, who I respect so much, who grinds, he thought that it was the transfer portal in the spring was going to be just an absolute melee.
Mm-hmm.
And all this movement was going to happen. And there was a little bit, but it didn't. It was mostly done in January. So we'll see. I mean,
but that portal's gone now.
Mm-hmm.
So,
yeah. I don't know.
We thought we were going to get just one portal, and would calm things down just a little bit, make people commit to the school at least for a year.
Mm-hmm.
And that 6 month.
But I thought you had to be in the portal in order to be eligible somewhere else.
I mean,
I guess he's trying to say they're going to sue or whatever, but this is where, Greg Affidavit and the Big Ten commissioner, whatever the hell his name is,
Tony Petitti
and Tony Bloviate and
I don't
these
know
others
the
ought
rules.
to just put their foot down.
I don't know if anybody knows all the rules.
Yeah,
I'm sure, but coaches, part of their job is to find ways around the rules.
Yeah.
Most of them don't want to just flat out break a rule, but they will find ways around.
Stretch it.
They'll stretch it. They'll bend it. They'll crack it, but they don't want to break them.
Well, the way I took it, what Tyler was saying is these are going to be situations where you get to the end of spring practice. Lane Kiffin has lied, which he would never do that, and or or another coach has lied to you, Wild Turkey, Pete Goldie, somebody, and a kid is buried on the depth chart in his mind and is not going to play as big a role as he has thought he was being compensated for.
Yeah.
Or maybe the money all of a sudden disappears.
Or
you're late with the check, all this.
Or
you have four corners and you lose one to an ACL.
Yeah, or an injury. And so then there'll be movement. But I still think most of it would be, well, he promised me this. and I'm not, where's my check at? Or, well, he promised me I was going to be first team. The last practice I ran, second for one practice. But you know how people, they don't overreact or anything. And
never.
Their agents, not when you get named freshman of the week and you walk into the coach's office, hey, dog, I need $100,000. You know what I'm saying? Then you go out against Florida and you can't dribble in place. But, hey, we've already seen some of that. And
I have no idea who you're talking about.
That the name will remain, it'll remain, the student athlete will remain nameless, but do a little digging.
You don't have to dig that far.
Yeah. He's since got his head out of his rectum, but, we've seen
Big game tomorrow against Arkansas, and we spoke with Brian Pasick earlier today.
Yeah.
Going to re-rack that conversation coming up in hour number 2.
Including a great conversation about one of the greatest games in SEC tournament history.
Yeah. With Arkansas.
First year they were in the league. The Elliott Washington jump shot.
So we went there. Yeah. But Nate Oates did talk today, and we'll get to that here in a little bit. But I'm more intrigued off of this conversation that Tyler Siskey had on his podcast with Neil McCready yesterday of if this is really a thing that is going to be done at a high level, they
don't have anything in place that makes this. They hadn't fixed the calendar. Actually, I think they made next year's playoff even worse.
They did.
To where they have 2 weeks off for the
that's right
first round buys, which everything
they wanted to move away from New Year's Eve,
and they should be moving everything towards New Year's Eve. To me,
including the championship.
The championship game should be on New Year's Eve.
Yeah.
So anyway, they seem to be making everything worse, not better. And unless there are rules, in parentheses, put in place that they can enforce, none of this is ever going to get any better. And we've been talking about this for at least half a decade, and it keeps getting worse. It's not getting better.
Now, the grad transfers are still very much a thing.
Oh, that's been in for over a decade.
And I say well-deserved. Yeah. If you want that opportunity, you've earned that opportunity.
Yeah. Go play somewhere.
But the idea that a kid can unenroll at a school and just show up at another, that to me is chaos.
Oh, it is. And that's what he called it.
It's none of these kids' dream to go somewhere and ride the bench for 4 years.
Yeah.
They were the best of their area, high school, whatever. And sometimes, and Drew or anybody else can tell you this, some kids are come out ready to play. Some they know they're going to need a couple of years.
Yeah.
Some are projects that
need to wait.
Develop. Some of them might never develop to that level. There's a lot of injuries to where it kills people's development. Sometimes it's attitude problems. They think that we can overcoach his attitude. We'll teach them how to be a better young man. Sometimes those kids aren't reachable for whatever reason. There's a lot of things. But if you go to a school and you graduate and you grind for 4 years, you have the right, in my opinion, to go somewhere else and play football.
Yeah.
Yeah. If they're not going to be a big contributor, let them go out and play somewhere else. That's fine.
But even the scholarship, I don't know if it would be necessary in today's world. That's what, in my mind, makes this more chaotic.
Well, now it's 105.
Yeah, I realize that.
Alabama gave some people scholarships that probably shouldn't be on scholarship anywhere.
Yeah, you have to fill out your roster.
They got to fill out their roster. They need practice players.
The last few probably fall into that category.
Yeah, where there's some kids.
There's a few 6, there's a few 4, there's a few 11.
I would say Rodney Orr had the best take on it that I've heard. He said it's about your top 45 to 55.
So roughly an NFL roster.
So and then the rest of it, you're filling it out with guys who could develop into players, but also maybe
more taking a chance on.
It might be a big booster's son.
Yeah.
Who gets the last roster spot because his dad's been giving him
because
$1 million
he's going to give you a large NIL donation. To go get other players.
They're every school's a little different. Every school's got to figure it out. But if you're at Texas Tech and there's a booster son who probably shouldn't be playing college football, but just loves the game, is going to give you his.
So gone are the days of that video that we all love to see when you walk in and the coach grants a kid who's been working his tail off a scholarship.
Yeah.
There might be one every once in a blue moon. Coach Prime did it with Josh Niblett the other day, but they stink. So, oh well.
And that was such a setup too.
It was a setup. Josh Niblett wouldn't be condescending or anything.
No.
And know where the camera is.
No.
And talk about planting seeds and preach like a sermon and all that other stuff. That's why he and Prime get along so much.
Come on now.
Well, I got some stories, but I can't say them on the radio. So anyway.
We're good. Yeah, you're good.
No, I'm not.
Yeah, you're good.
I'm not a lawyer, but I understand what defamation is. Like he was there about the same time I was. Just put it that way.
Josh?
Yeah.
Yeah.
He was a lot younger than me, but he.
Oh, I heard some stories myself too, which make a lot more sense after I had dealings with him. That's all I'll say. He don't coach in this state anymore, so who cares? He wouldn't return my text message. I could care less.
Oh, but now I forgot where we were. So.
No, you were about to talk about Niblett?
No.
Oh, okay.
I'm good.
Yeah.
But do you think this is real? Like that this is a real concern coming up in May?
What? And we don't know to what extent. I mean, and he didn't think it would be widespread. It's going to be people, in my opinion, it's going to be two types of people. One, people that are getting people for depth because of injuries, or, so-and-so is a freshman. He enrolled early. Guys, he's not ready to play. We need our third or fourth corner or third safety or backup left tackle, whatever. And they're going to go start poaching whoever. And then the other one's going to be a kid who thought he was the first team corner, first team safety, whatever position.
Promise something.
Oh, yeah. And then he's not. And the school that probably was the first one out, he's going to make the contact and say, "Hey, I want to. I made a mistake. I should have been with y'all."
Or if we may hear something on the air. If the Backstreet Boy Aguilar, if he doesn't get his last year of eligibility, I mean, it may be that puts Tennessee in a bind. Because then they got a true freshman and a redshirt freshman compete for the quarterback spot. Then what if all of a sudden a quarterback somewhere else, man, I'm not playing this year, and he thinks he's talented and can play. All of a sudden the agent contacts Heupel.
Well, what we saw, the BYU quarterback got in trouble and ended up at Tulane.
What about the kid that transferred from Auburn to Ole Miss, and now the Ole Miss guy's
got
I heard he's already unhappy. Surely not.
I read a report where he already pulled out all of his Ole Miss stuff on Instagram.
Well, he already did that with Auburn twice, and then he finally left. But yeah, I mean, and trust me, I watched him play when he was at Lipscomb Academy, when he miraculously in the middle of a season left Mississippi to end up at Lipscomb, and he wasn't very good. And then he miraculously ended up back in Mississippi the same season and finished his career, and then went to Auburn and looked like Cam Newton against Mercer. But as Cole Kubelik would say, that was Mercer
against
repeatedly.
Two.
Exactly. Against two. Well, congratulations. It was Mercer.
But I'm just saying, I bet he's not very happy that, it looked like
maybe he was promised something, pulling him from Auburn.
Who knows? I mean, that's the kind of situation I could see, even though I will say for Deuce Knight and his inner circle, I think the best bet is to continue to wait, because I think he still needed development. Now, he could have waited another year at Auburn and took over for Byron Brown, but he decided to leave. And with that new coaching staff, I'm not sure he gave him enough time and was patient enough. Because
there's no patience left.
Yeah, but there really isn't. There isn't any patience. I mean, you just bail. I mean, Isaiah Bond at
so the days
that was stupid. By the way, stupid. Isaiah Bond leaving. I had people telling me, "Oh no, if he hadn't have got busted for whatever he got busted for at Texas, he'd have been in the NFL. If he'd have been at Alabama, maybe he doesn't get arrested." Hello?
Well,
who cares about a Lamborghini? You could have freaking been actually drafted and put up numbers. And you'd never have to buy a beer again in Tuscaloosa after what you did in the Iron Bowl, you clown.
No, that NIL would have been a lifetime NIL.
Yeah, he would have had lifetime NIL, and that's stupid. He got what he deserved. I did not shed a tear when he got hurt and then got into the legal situation. In other words, it's a story for other people to look at. You know, sometimes the grass ain't always greener, especially when you go to Texas, where they've given, where they should have won in their minds 65 national championships, and they've won not even a.
Well, they won last spring, and they're probably going to win this spring.
Yeah.
So,
I mean,
they're 2 for 2 in that regard.
Joel Klatt just railing on Alabama.
Oh, have you heard that?
And Texas was one of the biggest chokers in college football this year. I didn't hear him say one thing about Hook'em.
I guess we ran out of decaf again.
I don't know.
Well, now that the tooth is back in, we're going back to full de-arming.
Yeah, I'm not.
This is full de-arming right
sure if
here.
That glue is set yet. You might want to be careful.
Yes, Brian Temple.
It's like the pre-restrictor plate racing. I took the restrictor plate off, and he's making left turns at high speed.
Yeah, this is Bill Elliott down in Talladega in '87.
Yeah, I don't want that tooth to fly out again and break the glass.
The Bond thing just grinds my gears every time.
You think?
He didn't. He barely met with the new coaching staff. He throws the ball all over the place.
Yeah.
I mean, he had lifetime NIL, probably a job waiting on him somewhere. But he had to go take a Lamborghini in Austin, and then fell on his face. And then the excuse you hear, well, he got hurt, and then he had this situation. Well, so what? He blew it. He should have stayed at Alabama. But that was his fault. I blame all that on Bond and whoever his idiot agent was. I think they were stupid, and they ended up paying for it.
Well, that's another thing people talk about is agents. I mean, everybody in this building could consider themselves an agent.
The way they're doing it now, they could. And see, the funny thing about that is there's
no rules to who an agent can be.
No, and it's so funny because maybe Sark learned from that situation. I don't know, but I heard Sark the other day say, if we have to deal with the uncle, we usually just pass. You know, because I've told the story about Jordan Seaton and his uncle. You know, he ended up with LSU. I mean, he had his own private plane and was charging $100,000 per visit, supposedly. The first time he gave up a sack, somebody ought to, that's all I'll say.
Fine him.
Tell him the jet fuel price just went way up, buddy.
So is this the other half of it as well? Not only kids unenrolling, but kids getting cut when they don't perform like they need to?
Well, that has always been a thing.
Yeah.
But
this is going to be more public this way now that we're 105 scholarships.
I hope it is. Because, if there's no rules, then and the players have all the power, and they do right now, well, then there's got to be another side to it. Hey, dog, you just missed 2 blocks. We're going to fine you $100,000.
Well, no. What it is, back in the day, they'd run a code red on somebody.
Okay.
You could watch them say, oh, they're trying to run this kid off the team. And it wasn't. They would only do that to maybe a bad character kid who really didn't care about playing football anymore. Basically, he was a waste of scholarship. He really wasn't going to school anymore.
Mm-hmm.
But they just didn't want to cut. They never would just cut somebody. They would just kind of run them off.
Yeah.
Kind of like a code red.
Yeah.
You could do nothing right.
Jack Nicholson
could do nothing right.
I'm right here.
Yeah. They wouldn't beat him. But they just run him to he'd always be
they'll take before they tap out.
Yeah. Now
it's like my baseball coach back in high school.
Now what they would
I wasn't a very good baseball player.
Now what they would do to you is just bench you, quit playing you.
Yeah.
And those kids are going to quit anyway. They're not going to stay around. So it's not really cutting somebody unless they know that they game the system and hey, I'm getting $150,000. I don't think I'm good enough to play in college football, so I'm just going to sit here. I don't think that's going to happen much. But, it's not
because how early in spring football in particular do you know whether or not
first scrimmage, after the first scrimmage, they'll play all the people they want to see. And it happens the first scrimmage, and then it'll happen the first scrimmage again in August.
Okay.
To see if there's any growth. But they kind of put people in bad situations. And
makes sense.
And then they'll see, well, all right, is he ready to play this year? How much time do we need to invest in this kid? Is he going to be ready this year? And if not, if they don't think he's going to be ready, then they put him on the shelf. And well, they'll keep coaching him, but they're going to coach these other guys.
You know, every time I think we're in a mess, it's getting messier and messier.
Yeah, it's always been that way. I mean,
no, I mean for the fact of kids unenrolling and popping up somewhere, you know, somebody talking to somebody. Listen, I'm not naive to the point where tampering's been going on forever. I get that. I understand that. But the idea of being eligible, I thought you had to be in the portal. I genuinely thought you either had to graduate school or be in the portal. I thought those were the two rules.
Yeah.
And that's not what I'm hearing, that you can just show up. And
once again, Steve, what are the rules? Who's enforcing the rules?
Nobody.
Yeah.
Nobody.
Nobody. If nobody's enforcing the rules, and there are no rules.
Well, we referenced it, and in fact, I played it this morning. Drew loved it so much. Joel Klatt did his stock up, stock down. And by the way, it does make me at least want to play that first part of what Tyler Siskey said.
I cannot even get my head around people trying to do the early predictions for next year and when.
Amen, brother. Amen, brother. Because as I said this morning on Talking Ball, we were all talking about Indiana this time a year ago, right? We were all talking about Indiana. No.
Clyde didn't even know who Mendoza was.
Hey, I watched Mendoza
and
last
especially
year.
Trinidad. If he did, somebody just slap him.
I watched Mendoza play against Auburn last year, or the year before last now. And I thought, he's decent. You know, I didn't think he's going to be the quarterback he ended up at Indiana. No way. Because when, they had a decent quarterback and they had a good run and, the ball, the year before the clock struck midnight on Indiana and they got beat pretty bad. And we thought, okay, that was a fluke. Won't see that again. And then they come back. Mendoza ends up being a better quarterback than anybody thought he could. Probably the first round pick now.
I'll let you hear what Joel Klatt had to say about Alabama. Plus, Greg Byrne went on a podcast, was not asked the most obvious question by an award-winning journalist. I mean, multi-award-winning journalist didn't ask, at least to me, the most obvious question. Anyway, I'll get into that little soapbox on the other side. I have reached out to Greg Byrne. I have not heard back. I've also reached out to Greg Sankey. I have heard back from the commissioner. Timing's not right. Let's take our first time out.
Probably had another affidavit to sign.
We'll be back.
You're listening to The Drive with Wes Neighbors and Steve Moulton on 97.7 ESPN The Zone.
More savings, more selection, more for your trade. I'm Bobby White, and we've got more to love all month long at Lynn Leighton Ford in Decatur. While they last, save up to $11,000 off MSRP on select 2025 F-150 crew cabs. $11,000 off F-150. Save more on remaining 25 Mustangs, up to $8,500 off MSRP on select models. Yep, $8,500 off on a Mustang. Save up to $10,000 off MSRP on remaining new 2025 Explorers, up to $10,000 off. New 25 Bronco Sport start under $27,000. That's right, just $26,800 after a $1,000 Ford owner loyalty rebate. New 25 Broncos start at just $36,500. That's $36,500 after the $1,000 Ford owner loyalty rebate. And there's never any hidden markups or dock fees. All these offers with your good credit, and we hope to see you soon at Lynn Leighton Ford. Right in the heart of Ford country, just a mile south of the Beltline indicator, or online anytime at lynnleightonford.com.
Eagle Masonry and Installation. It's right there in the name. Eagle is your one-stop shop for block, stone, or brickwork, monument signs, and outdoor kitchens and fireplaces. Eagle also offers the finest craftsmanship and insulation, including fiberglass or spray foam insulation, and of course, insulation removal. Philip Love and his team have years of experience, bringing the region the best in masonry and insulation services. For more information and a quote, visit insulatewitheagle.com or call 256-755-1556. Eagle saves you time. Eagle saves you money.
The Orthopedic Center. It's in the name. TOC, the premier choice for all your orthopedic needs. With over 40 physicians and 20 centers of excellence, TOC is the name to trust for complete, expert orthopedic care. And that word center, we mean it. With more than a dozen locations across North Alabama and the Tennessee Valley, TOC is in your community whenever you need us. As the state's largest orthopedic practice, TOC is built on trust. Trust we've earned with every patient we serve. You can see that trust on the field, too. As the official sports medicine provider for the Huntsville Havoc, Huntsville City Football Club, Oakwood and Alabama A&M universities, thousands of athletes and coaches count on TOC to keep them in the game. From student athletes to unexpected injuries, our urgent ortho clinics offer prompt, expert care. No appointment necessary. So remember, when it comes to your health and mobility, trust the name that says it all. TOC, helping you live a better life.
From heirloom diamonds to contemporary jewels, Loring & Company is the place to find something truly special. Whether shopping for a diamond ring for that once-in-a-lifetime occasion or marking a milestone birthday or personal achievement with a Rolex watch, you'll find just the thing in our edit of the world's most sought-after brands, including David Yurman, Roberto Coin, Marco Bicego, and Fopay. Expect a treasure trove of the world's most unique, even breathtaking earrings, rings, necklaces, and bracelets, making choosing just one piece a challenge in itself. Loring & Company Jewelers on Airport Road.
It's softball time in Alabama, and the best place for your travel softball team is to play with USSSA Softball. Not only for the best travel team tournaments, but for recreational softball tournaments all around the area, as well for your high school level softball team. Plus, the USSSA National Championship this year is at the Gulf Shore and Orange Beach and the Foley Softball Complex. Now, for more information, visit alfastpitch.uSSSA.com. That's alfastpitch.uSSSA.com.
Talking ball with Scott Tyson and Drew DeArmond. Weekday mornings beginning at 7 a.m. Only on 97.7 ESPN The Zone.
Head over to our website, 977ESPN.com. Yeah, you know why? Big zone deals.
That's right.
Big zone deals. In fact,
you know, I could pay more, but I can't go for that.
Fed everybody here today, courtesy, courtesy of zone deals.
Darn right.
I picked up a zone deal late last week. Donato's is still out there. I got me a Donato's deal. I have yet to grab a Donato's pizza, but I am. It's edge-to-edge toppings there for Donato's. Yeah. And then this week, next week is Full Moon Barbecue. Yep. That's what we're enjoying up here. This week, Five Guys Burgers and Fries.
Oh, yeah.
I'm expecting that to sell out.
Mostly here in this studio.
So that's the one thing. Yeah. So when I know, when all I had to say was Five Guys, I get these looks from people that work here like, really? It's 4 different locations of Five Guys, 2 in Madison, 2 here in Huntsville.
And I'm just telling you, the hot dogs are underrated.
Okay.
Really?
Right.
Yes. I've never had, for a hamburger place, I don't think about it.
Well, right now, my go-to for chili dogs, right there, Full Moon Barbecue.
Oh, no, that's
Full Moon Barbecue.
I will say, Full Moon, almost anything you get on that menu is pretty damn good.
It really is.
Have you had the open face smoked sausage sandwich?
No, but I one thing that I am addicted to is the Lynx and
the cheese, the smoked cheese,
Lynx and pimento cheese,
cheese,
and
with the cracker. Mm-hmm. Dip it in some sauce.
Yeah,
have at it.
Yeah, if you get the open face sandwich,
you'll
get
have
a fork.
You'll have sauce for a week.
But yes, the DeArmond is a thing.
Yeah, that's
very real. Drew's got a couple right in front of him.
And some sauce.
So what is one for dinner and another for breakfast?
No, I'll eat them both.
Okay.
I got one over here for the current Mrs. Temple. She's already waiting for it.
The current.
You say the current like that. That's a little
There's
bit
been
scary.
3.
There has been. Okay.
Yeah.
Not one.
My best
not
friend
2.
got the first one.
Yeah.
Cancer got the second one. We're going to wait to see what happens to this one.
Wow.
Yeah.
Okay.
So she's a frequent listener here to the program.
Not at all. Not at all.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
And that's why we're still married.
Yeah.
That's why he's being so brave.
Yeah, I know. No, I told my wife I gave her a shout out on Valentine's Day because I was on the air. Oh, isn't that nice?
Didn't hear it.
No.
I'm the man of my house, and I have my wife's permission to say so.
Joel Klatt did his up and down, stock up, stock down, because after all, what Tyler Siskey still applies.
I cannot even get my head around people trying to do the early predictions for next year, wins, losses, all that stuff. But then,
well, for me, it was like IQ up, IQ down.
Well, I'm telling you, this may be a good thing here, Bama Nation, because after all, the demise written here for Joel Klatt for the Alabama Crimson Tide.
All right, now let's go to stock down. How about a team that I might not be as high on as maybe others? And I think this is partly because we all just assume that this program is going to be just fine and they'll be great. But the reality is that they have quickly descended into a place that when I think about their conference, I don't think about them initially, and I don't even think about them in the top 3. When I think about the SEC, I immediately think of Georgia and Texas. And oh, by the way, Alabama.
So that's 3.
Yeah, that's what I pointed out. That's why I said IQ up, IQ down. He can't count to 3.
Alabama is my stock down team. Listen, things did not end well last season at Alabama. So not only are you going to have to replace Ty Simpson, which was really the only great part of their team last year.
Do you buy that? Ty Simpson was the only great part of that team last year.
Like V. Rich texted in this morning, the defense was the best part of the team, and really,
especially the back end.
Yeah, I mean,
the back end was the best part of that team.
But Klatt, he would have to Google Zabian Brown.
Yonsei Pierre.
Yeah, that's what I said. I said, yeah, hey, that's what I immediately told you this morning.
Yeah, you did.
He's talking about, Ty Simpson, who he had no expectations for and never would have thought that he would have done what he did. And as I pointed out, they're not giving DeBoer enough credit for what they've done at the quarterback position. He took Milroe, got him drafted in the 3rd round, and he's got a Super Bowl ring. Then he takes Simpson, who had only had maybe 30 snaps in 3 years of meaningful football, and he has a chance to be a 1st-round pick. And then he has the gall to say, I just don't know about Austin Mack and Keelan Russell. He'll watch them play twice, and then he'll tell you, I knew it all along that they were going to be great. I tried to tell everybody all summer, and then
he was trying to tell us about Indiana this time of year.
But like I told you, he said the only great part of Alabama football was Ty Simpson. No, Yonsei Pierre. Pay attention. Zabian
I know, listen,
Brown,
Bama fans get after me. I don't hate Alabama. I want Kalen DeBoer to work out at Alabama. The sport is better when Alabama is a premier brand and program at the top. Nick Saban proved that. I want it to work out for him. But the reality is that they are coming off back-to-back 4-loss years, that the best part of their team last year was Ty Simpson by a wide margin, by the way.
No,
and they're losing Ty Simpson.
That's not correct.
I don't love what's going on down there. They were blown out by Georgia in the SEC championship game. They were blown out by Indiana. And it wasn't just that Indiana had a great day. No. Indiana did whatever they wanted to do. They ran the ball 50 times straight at Alabama.
How many people beat Indiana
last year? This is not the Alabama.
And when Alabama was healthy, what happened against Georgia and
5,
Athens?
And certainly not 10 years ago.
Game in Athens
so they have been trending down, and that trend, I think, is going to continue. They've got to figure out their quarterback for next year. Is it going to be Austin Mack or Keelan Russell? 0 starts between them in an era in which experience is everything that you need at that position. They're losing starters out there. Isaiah Horton, he's gone. Wilkin Formby, the guard, he's gone. Both of those guys.
Oh my gosh, not Formby.
To Ohio State. Lost 2 defensive linemen to Ohio State. I meant
besides
the offensive players, Isaiah Horton and Wilkin Formby went to A&M. Both of those guys.
Huge.
2 defensive linemen go to Ohio State. And when you
One
look
of
at their
them wasn't
portal,
a
like, it
defensive
was
lineman,
okay.
Klatt. He was an
It was
edge
okay.
player.
I didn't think it was great.
Please name him without Googling.
To me, it's a trajectory thing for Alabama. They are on a trajectory that is down. And I don't think that is going to stop. They have to level out at some point in order to start going back up. But I don't sense that moment of them leveling out. I think that win against Georgia on the road last year was fantastic. There's no doubt. But man, I don't see this team turning it around. Like I said, I think about the SEC. I think about Georgia and Texas.
That's 2, not 3.
Sorry, Lane. Don't think about LSU just yet. Man, why do I always get Lane in here? Yeah, it's the offseason. It's fun.
You're supposed
By
to
the way,
say
leave a
3
comment
flag.
below.
Leave a comment below.
I mean, good Lord.
Well, once again,
you know what that somebody should have done before Keith finishes his thought? It just hit me.
What's that?
As soon as they listen to this, you know where it says leave a comment?
Yeah.
Just link 3 is the magic number. Yes, it is. Oh, yes, it is. It's the magic number. Schoolhouse Rock.
What were you going to say, please?
Except for the Georgia game, and then we had to run about 3 top 20 teams.
It wasn't at 4?
Alabama didn't have a lot of depth. Did not have a great offensive line. Could not run the ball all year.
Yeah.
This was not a great Alabama football team.
No.
And Ty got hurt, and he played his best
Missouri game, right?
Yeah, but
Missouri and South Carolina is when it really started.
Yeah, and then his trajectory went. I love Ty to death, but he's out there playing hurt, and he didn't play that great the end of the year. I mean, not a lot of it wasn't his fault.
No,
he was getting drilled constantly.
Mm-hmm.
But his internal clock started getting maybe
because of the O line.
Because of the O line. Yeah. He was picking people apart earlier in the year, and then they kind of figured out. How to get to them, and once they start, once one team figures out how to get to you, every league's a copycat league.
Yeah.
So,
Garrett is on the Neighbors Wealth Management Hotline. Appreciate you calling in, Garrett. How are you?
How are you?
Hi, buddy. How y'all doing?
Good.
We're doing well, sir.
Good. I wanted to say a couple of things.
Yes, sir.
Ty Simpson did hold the ball too long a lot of times. However, if you don't have an offensive or defensive line, you ain't beating anybody.
True.
I mean, our guys, when we went up against Oklahoma, they all of a sudden forgot their steps and everything. I told a buddy of mine, I was so frustrated, I said, I could go down and teach them their steps better than what they're being taught now. So this new line and tight end coach coming in, I'm hoping that's going to fix it, because you can't run the Pac-12 stuff in the SEC or when you get into the playoffs against a good team. You can't do it. You have to be able to run the ball.
In the end, the 2 most physical teams ended up playing each other that were in the bracket.
Yeah.
Exactly. And that's the thing. Miami would have beat the crap out of us too. But, if you don't have a line, you have nothing. Wes, you know that more than anybody. I don't understand why nobody is looking at the line coach, either side of the ball.
Well,
why is nobody looking at him?
I promise you, the defensive line coach has been in the crosshairs for a number of years in this studio.
But why hadn't they kicked this rump out? That's what I'm saying. I mean,
I don't have an answer on that.
Yeah. So Kalen DeBoer got there, and the line just went to crap. And it is the assistant coach's fault, but it's Kalen DeBoer's responsibility. And I'm a Kalen DeBoer fan. Now, I am. But it's his responsibility to get somebody doing it right, or go coach him himself. You can't just say, well, maybe it'll get better. It ain't going to. And that's what I wanted to call in and gripe about.
Well, gripe away. That is all good.
That's all I can say that my mom wouldn't slap me for if I said anything else. So I better keep it right there. You know what I mean?
Yes, sir.
I appreciate the self-edit.
Appreciate it.
Y'all have a great day. I really enjoy y'all's show. Y'all and Tom Abraham both. Y'all have, and especially when y'all have Jerry Glanville on, man, I'm glued to it. I'm there, you know.
Well, Coach texts me constantly, including this afternoon. I'm telling you, things I would have told my 20-year-old self that, when you get older, Jerry Glanville's just going to randomly text you every day of your life. I never would have believed it. 1, 2, it's really entertaining. It is really entertaining because he's telling me about jobs that he's potentially getting offered, and he's asking me is this a good job? I don't know. I'm not looking to be a defensive coordinator.
Give him my number. My granddaddy was a race car driver. He knew Richard Petty and the Allison brothers.
Oh, he'd love you.
Yeah.
That dude right there he's a special kind of person. I promise you. Y'all
Hey,
know
Garrett,
that.
call us back on Monday when we have Coach on again. You'll get to the front of the line, I tell you. Call us back Monday.
My best. I'll do my best, and as long as y'all stay out of the way, we'll make you a great show. Right.
Done. I'll leave the room.
That's what I'm trying to do. Just stay out of the way. Thank you, sir.
Y'all have a great one.
256-576-4977.
That's one of my favorite characters of all time. He did say that. He's all mine, so stay out of the way.
He is. In fact, the place, a couple of places I was in Atlanta, I talked to my old boss a good bit, and just why aren't you talking to Jerry Glanville?
It's like Dan Patrick and those guys. I mean, he would be a great guest for anybody.
Yeah, but he calls me, texts me. And by the way, I feel honored that he, it feels this comfortable being a part of the show. And
listen, when I'm driving around and he's on, I will stop what I'm doing and listen. I've been on the show a few times. For Wes when he calls in. It's probably.
I bet I could call him right now and he'd pick up.
Probably.
Yeah. No. But I will tell you, coming up in hour number 2, we talked Kentucky basketball this morning. They're playing tonight against Georgia. Yeah, that's going to be a barn burner tonight. And then we also talked to BP and going to re-rack those conversations coming up in hour number 2. Using, we've been here a minute. We've been here a while today. Burning the candle on both ends here on a Tuesday.
I've been on the other side of the wall.
So is Jerry Glanville.
A lot of truth in that. Let's take our final time out of hour number 1. See, we only do 2 breaks here in the evening.
Yeah.
That other break is called Scott Tyson.
Yeah.
Let's take our final time out here in hour number 1. We will continue. Let you hear what Nate Oates had to say about the Arkansas matchup next.
You're listening to The Drive with Wes Neighbors and Steve Moulton on 97.7 ESPN The Zone. This hour of The Drive is brought to you by Lynn Leighton Ford, located online at lynnleightonford.com.
More savings, more selection, more for your trade. I'm Bobby White, and we've got more to love all month long at Lynn Leighton Ford in Decatur. While they last, save up to $11,000 off MSRP on select 2025 F-150 crew cabs. $11,000 off F-150. Save more on remaining 25 Mustangs, up to $8,500 off MSRP on select models. Yep, $8,500 off on a Mustang. Save up to $10,000 off MSRP on remaining new 2025 Explorers, up to $10,000 off. New 25 Bronco Sport start under $27,000. That's right, just $26,800 after a $1,000 Ford owner loyalty rebate. New 25 Broncos start at just $36,500. That's $36,500 after the $1,000 Ford owner loyalty rebate. And there's never any hidden markups or dock fees. All these offers with your good credit, and we hope to see you soon at Lynn Leighton Ford, right in the heart of Ford country, just a mile south of the Beltline indicator, or online anytime at lynnleightonford.com.
Since 1983, Berkshire Hathaway, Rise Real Estate's Ann Adams has been your local go-to real estate expert in the area. As a buyer, you can trust Ann's in-depth knowledge of the local housing market to narrow available properties down to those you'll be interested in, saving you time when shopping for a new home. When you're ready to sell, Ann's expert negotiation skills will ensure you get a fair price and hassle-free experience. Call Ann Adams today at 256-337-2625 or email annadamsrise@gmail.com.
Brian Bellamy State Farm Insurance, located in the Rosie's Shopping Plaza, strives to help customers find the best auto insurance, home insurance, life insurance, and more. No matter where you are in life, Brian Bellamy State Farm Insurance is here to help you find your best insurance and retirement needs. You can find them on the web at brianbellamyagency.com or call them at 256-539-7530. Brian Bellamy State Farm Insurance is a proud supporter of UAH Athletics and reminds everyone to go Chargers. Brian Bellamy State Farm, here to help life go right.
When you call most roofing companies, all you'll hear is, you need a new roof. Not when you call Fleming. At Fleming Roofing and Restoration, we're focused on your needs, whether it's an easy repair or a full roof replacement. Folks around here have trusted Fleming since 1965 for all their residential and commercial roofing needs. And as the area's storm damage experts, Fleming knows all the ins and outs of the insurance claims process. Log on FlemingHSV.com to schedule your free estimate today. Fleming Roofing and Restoration. We show up.
It's an amazing time in our industry. Things are changing so rapidly. With digital signatures and workflow software, we help our customers work from anywhere. This helps you save time and money and upgrade your technology. Like I said, it's an amazing time to watch our customers grow and succeed.
Just ask anyone.
Where's the best place for sports? What about the best place for wings? If you answered Jefferson's for both, you're right. Jefferson's is also a great place for value. Every Monday, kids eat free with the purchase of an adult meal, and teachers, bring your teacher ID, and you eat free every first Tuesday of the month, up to $15 at participating locations. Jefferson's, best place for sports, best place for wings, in Newmarket and Hampton Cove, and our new location, now open in Hartselle at 200 Main Street West, downtown.
Your Fox 54 weather.
I'm Chief Meteorologist Jordan Dressman. We stay warm as we head into the overnight, early into your Wednesday morning. Temperatures only dropping into the mid and upper 50s. A mostly cloudy sky for your Wednesday. A couple of isolated showers are going to be possible. Otherwise, it is going to be quite warm. Temperatures climbing into the upper 60s and lower 70s. Other opportunities for rain as we head into your Thursday. Temperatures climbing into the mid 70s.
Your Fox 54 weather. Only on 97.7 ESPN The Zone.
More exciting than breakfast and a lot more enjoyable to cook, brunch is ideal for sharing.
Brunch with the Big Dog, the Tom Abraham Show. Weekdays start at 10 on 97.7 ESPN The Zone.
Len Leighton Ford brings you our number one of the drive. Just for you, Drew DeArmond.
This is Joel Klatt's mantra.
3 is a magic number.
If I ever get my X account back, I'm going to link that and tag him.
All right, tomorrow we are not on the air because Alabama taking on Arkansas, and it's a premier guard matchup between Acuff and Phylon.
Phylon.
Sticking with LeBaron, just what do you need from him in this matchup against Acuff, and how have you seen him approach big-time matchups like this?
Yeah, so good question. We need him to be a lead on the defensive end, which he's shown he's capable of, but a lot more last year than this year. So we need him to really be great defensively, and then we need him to take care of the ball. I mean, some of these big guard matchups that he's had, he has not done a very good job taking care of the ball. If you go look at our losses, he's got too many early turnovers. And then he hasn't been what we need him to be on defense in all these matchups either. So he doesn't need to outscore Acuff. If that happens. He needs to lead his team to a win. That's taking care of the ball, making sure his team gets great shots, making sure the team plays great defense, which includes him playing great individual defense. That's what we need out of him.
Now, whether or not that's going to happen We will all find out tomorrow evening. But if Alabama does win tomorrow, this sets up really well down the stretch here for Alabama.
I said that today when we had BP on, and Brian Pasek, 23 years, Crimson Tide Sports Network, color analyst, great shooter, under Wimp Sanderson out of Savannah, Georgia. I mean, I think if you look at the schedule, if they win this game tomorrow and get the tiebreak over Arkansas, because they don't play them again, they've got 5 games. All of them are winnable, and there are some tricky ones at Georgia, at LSU Saturday, at Tennessee especially. But
at Auburn.
They got Auburn in Tuscaloosa at the end of the regular season.
Yeah. Oh, that's right.
They already won in the house that Bruce built again. But anyway,
my bad.
But still, I think they would have a chance, which I never would have thought a month ago, to get in the top 4 and have the double bye. But if they win this game Saturday and then don't lay a turd against Wednesday, and then don't lay a turd against LSU, don't burn the popcorn, then I think Alabama, with 4 games left, has a chance to be in that top 4, a very good chance. And especially if they can get Taylor Bowen back. Now, I'll be the first to say, I have not heard Nate's press conference today. I don't know what he said about Bowen. But if they can get him back and have an extra body to help,
I don't remember hearing him talking about Taylor Bowen.
Then I think they'll be in really good shape. Because I thought at Ole Miss and against Auburn that Bowen played really well and helped them rebound the basketball the second half. Because I thought the first halves against Auburn and Ole Miss were Fs. Pretty much. But the second halves were about as well as Alabama can play. And when you're dropping 60 on somebody and then Aiden Holloway is to his former employer, I mean, he's playing really well.
Well,
yeah.
Last game he had 2 turnovers back to back and they benched him for about 5 minutes.
You got to do what you got to do.
Why not? Yeah. I mean, they're 2 horrible passes.
Again, you got to do what you got to do.
But when he's playing well, he is fun to watch.
Phylon,
I think the coach just pretty much told Phylon to
D up. I don't care about the O. D up.
Well, D up. Don't turn the ball over.
Well, whether or not he always has that little spurt in him of showtime where it feels that way at some point during a game.
Since Oaks has been there, it seems like when it's crunch time, there's always one player that we have. And, the last couple of years has been Sears. Before that, it was who was the one that played great, got us in the Final Four or Elite 8, and then played like crap that game.
Are you talking about guard-wise?
Yeah. We've always had a guard doing it for us.
Oh, well, yeah. I mean,
before Sears, who was it?
Well, we Kyra Lewis. They didn't make the Sweet 16 or anything like that.
Talking about Herb,
but Herb Jones.
I'm talking about in between there. We had that one player. I can't think of his name.
And then they didn't make a deep. Javon Quinterly.
Yeah.
JQ. So he's now overseas playing in China. But yeah, JQ. He had some very bright moments. And he was another one that got screwed by the NCAA. Never should have had to sit out a year.
I'll let you hear what Greg Byrne had to say to Bruce Pearl in his comments on the other side of this Sports Center update. We'll be back.
More savings, more selection, more for your trade. I'm Bobby White, and we've got more to love all month long at Lynn Leighton Ford in Decatur. While they last, save up to $11,000 off MSRP on select 2025 F-150 crew cabs. $11,000 off F-150. Save more on remaining 25 Mustangs, up to $8,500 off MSRP on select models. Yep, $8,500 off on a Mustang. Save up to $10,000 off MSRP on remaining new 2025 Explorers, up to $10,000 off. New 25 Bronco Sport start under $27,000. That's right, just $26,800 after a $1,000 Ford owner loyalty rebate. New 25 Broncos start at just $36,500. That's $36,500 after the $1,000 Ford owner loyalty rebate. And there's never any hidden markups or dock fees. All these offers with your good credit, and we hope to see you soon at Lynn Layton Ford, right in the heart of Ford country, just a mile south of the Beltline indicator, or online anytime at lynnlaytonford.com.
WZZN, Union Grove, Huntsville, Alabama. 97.7 ESPN, The Zone.
This is SportsCenter.
I'm Christine Lisi. Michigan, the top-ranked men's basketball team in the country for the first time in 13 years, taking on number 7 Purdue tonight. Wolverines leading the Boilermakers 21-11 in the first half. North Carolina star forward Caleb Wilson, fractured left hand, will miss his second straight game tonight against NC State. Tip-off in moments on ESPN. Wilson is inching toward a return soon. Major League Baseball Players Association Executive Director Tony Clark resigned today after an internal investigation revealed an inappropriate relationship with his sister-in-law, who the PA hired in 2023. The union's probe came in the wake of a wide-ranging, still open federal investigation into the union's finances and other alleged improprieties. This with less than a year to go before the current labor deal expires, and the owners and players are polar opposites when it comes to a salary cap. ESPN's Jeff Passan.
The players are in unison right now. They don't want a cap, and it's the number one priority for Major League Baseball owners at this point, and it's really going to be the fulcrum of what this fight is about. The union has time now to get its ducks in a row, to get its messaging correct, and to try and convince a public that believes there should be a salary cap in Major League Baseball, all the reasons that there shouldn't be.
A vote on an interim executive director expected as soon as tomorrow. Mike Evans will play a 13th NFL season with a team to be determined. The 32-year-old receiver will explore his options in free agency. Tiger Woods not ruling out a return to professional golf as early as the Masters in April. He said the aftermath of the back surgery he underwent last October is the issue.
Hey, it's Evan Cohen. Coming up Wednesday, we are weeks away from free agency in the NFL, but it's never too early to tell you the best landing spots for the biggest free agents available. It's on Sportsmanlike, 6 a.m. Eastern, right here on ESPN Radio, ESPN2, and ESPNU.
.97.7 ESPN, The Zone. Welcome to The Drive with Wes Neighbors and Steve Moulton. Call into the Neighbors Wealth Management Hotline, 256-576-4977.
That's how I roll. And I'm not going to drink and drive anymore.
That's 256-576-4977. Now, here's Wes and Steve.
Florida, South Carolina just tipped it up, and Florida has not yet.
Well, I'm going to take the Gators in this one by 35.
I think the point spread is 23.5.
I'm going to go above. I mean, I know they gave Bama a decent run, but the Gators are the best team in the SEC. And
South Carolina does have the lead. South Carolina has the lead at the O-Dome. I still call it the O-Dome, right? 2-0. I'm still calling it the O-Dome.
Oh, yeah.
Played it this morning. I know you heard it. The guy that just left, he didn't hear it.
Right.
But nonetheless, here is what Alabama Athletic Director Greg Byrne. Now, Brian Temple's not heard this, but Alabama Athletic Director Greg Byrne had this to say to Bruce Pearl about being critical about Charles Bediako.
Then they make a decision. Nate said he'd play him 100 times again. What it tells me is that Nate really doesn't care about the SEC. He doesn't care about the NCAA, and it's fine. You're going to care about your student athletes. That's fine. But you remember this conference, and you remember the NCAA. What about the rest of the team? What about the rest of the players? Why should those 5 teams have had to play against an ineligible player? And I think it was selfish, and I think it was wrong.
You have thoughts on that?
You know, the Bible says, "He who is without sin shall cast the first stone." And so I try to do my best to. I'm not perfect at it, but I try to do my best to live within those parameters.
Are you saying Bruce Pearl has some sins?
We all do. Longer you're in this world, it doesn't matter. You're dealing with 650 young people. You're dealing with 350 employees. You're dealing with a lot of fans that are passionate about college sports. You're going to have challenges. That's part of it.
No question. And if Austin Wiley were doing it for Auburn, Bruce Pearl wouldn't be running his trap.
If I was more of an Alabama homer, I would want to hear my athletic director speak a little stronger against a guy who is openly saying you broke the rules, which Alabama did not.
They did not.
They did not break the rules.
And there will be no forfeits. There will be no sanctions.
And in that context, it sounds like a threat.
I mean, he's threatening because his son got his ass beat.
Hmm?
Let's just call it what it is. And if you don't call it what it is, you're a coward.
Leave his donkey out of this.
By the way, Florida now with a lead. They have already doubled up the South Carolina Gamecocks at 6-3.
I did. We didn't get to ask Jack Pilgrim about this morning from Kentucky Sports Radio, but in the post-game press conference, I know you'll be shocked by this, but Todd Golden made a comment about the payroll at Kentucky in reference to his former guard, who's played well for the Wildcats. You know, as we know,
we did get the Mo Diabate update from Jack Pilgrim as well.
And Mo's made some plays. I mean, he's done those. He did it again late in the game against Tennessee. A missed free throw. Who gets the loose ball? Mo D.
Yeah,
I could tell immediately. He read it off the rim. He just does that. I wish he was still at Alabama. And I think Alabama does too, because they could use his toughness and they certainly could use it more than Keaton, Bristow. Made of glass Bristow. I'm sure he'll be in the portal at the end of the regular season.
Total of 3 games tip it up tonight in SEC basketball. I mentioned Florida already up 6-3 over South Carolina early down at the O'Connell Center. So it is the O-Dome.
It's still the O-Dome.
LSU at Texas. That game tips up later on tonight on the SEC Network. And they're putting it on ESPN. Oh, my gosh, this game's on ESPN. Georgia at Kentucky is on ESPN. Got a bad feeling about that one. Kentucky, a 7.5-point favorite. They may cover that in the first 4 minutes.
Well, Georgia is not exactly a great defensive team.
No.
And they do like to push the ball up and down. And Kentucky has, found themselves a little bit. Even though they've had 3 season-ending injuries, and the rotation has not been what they thought it was going to be. But, I did say this. I'm not a Mark Pope fan and the way he deals with folks in the media, but I will say I've been saying all year that they would figure it out at Kentucky and be a good team. And all the stuff at the beginning of the year about is he going to get fired, all this stuff was ludicrous. Just like I thought, when folks were jumping on Hubert Davis early. Well, is this the real Hubert Davis? Now you just got Dylan Mingo, a 5-star today. And, if they get Caleb Wilson back, they're going to be very dangerous. They won at Duke, for crying out loud.
Yeah.
Hubert, it's been a little rough, but he's going to be fine. Everybody with those jobs, and I'm talking about Kansas, Kentucky, Duke, all those blue bloods, and there's not a ton of them. There's so much overreaction to every loss. Where, is he in trouble? No, he's not in trouble. And just like last year with Dan Hurley, it was the way he was treating officials and kind of flexing a little bit. But if you have to understand the game to understand that's always been Dan Hurley, because he's always been compared to his dad. He's always been compared to his brother. He's always had a chip on his shoulder to try to prove himself. So, of course, he's going to flex a little bit. And he won back-to-back national championships. First team to do that, I believe, since Duke in 91 and 92. So that is not easy to do. And Florida.
Back-to-back.
06 and 07.
Yep.
So
you're right. Yep.
But yeah, it's just very hard to do. And so, he turned down the Lakers, and who wouldn't?
Well, it does make me. I noticed our Facebook account is starting to put up questions.
Yeah.
I'm wondering, is this John Abraham?
I don't know.
Our crack social media team is really trying something new here.
And
I wish I knew that.
I saw one of them. It said, "Who is the greatest athlete of all time?"
Well, I noticed my wife. I noticed my wife
That's easy.
participated.
MJ.
Today's his birthday. I hope you got the card.
63 years old.
I hope you got my card.
I think he's doing all right.
He's doing okay.
Yeah, I think he's doing okay.
Does he own the steakhouse still?
I'm going to probably say yes. He owns quite a few things.
I mean, he doesn't answer when I call him.
No, me neither. But he's had a good week already. Yeah, we asked some questions. This is on our Facebook page. Let's see here. Who's the greatest athlete of all time, any sport? Now, the previous question from the previous day, that's the one my wife participated in. I know she's listening. The most overrated athlete of all time, in which there is now 38 comments on it. And where is it? LaFlop. LeBron James. Bobby Bonilla is on the list.
He's still getting paid.
Yeah, that's not overrated. LeBron James. Who wrote Wilt Chamberlain?
Oh, good Lord.
Wilt the Stilt? You going back that far?
Andrew. I'm not going to say your last name, Andrew, but Wilt Chamberlain. Then Tom Brady. Tom Brady is on the list, and my wife replies, I second, third, and fourth this.
There you go.
So, and I'm not the one. It's Nick that put it out there. The Tom Brady is the most overrated athlete of all time. I can't go there. Some other athletes that are on our list. Sammy Sosa is on that list. I can buy that. I would buy a little bit of that conversation. Broadway Joe. Caitlyn Jenner.
You mean Joe Willie, who's not Joe Namath?
No, Caitlyn Jenner is the next athlete that was put on the list.
Oh, Lord.
I don't know if he is.
I'm not going anywhere near that.
Nope.
I really wish Coach Fuller was still around.
This is me over here minding my own damn business.
We had a fantastic conversation, and the name Caitlyn Jenner was brought up, and Coach Fuller just took it. You know what? I am going to try to find that conversation,
Please do.
In particular, and re-rack it. That's poor choice of words. For Friday. Friday. You know what? I may just make Friday kind of a Coach Fuller montage.
I would, as someone who's going to sit here and consume that, I would appreciate that.
Do we need to take our first time out?
Oh, do you want to?
Let's go ahead and take our first time out. We'll have a very brief, short segment on the other side. Then we'll dive into some interviews that Drew and I did earlier today.
You're listening to The Drive with Wes Neighbors and Steve Moulton on 97.7 ESPN The Zone.
There's power in caring when it is put into action. Each year, our bankers serve on nonprofit boards, support our local educators, and volunteer with our hometown food bank. I'm Bobby Humphrey, Vice President of Business Development for Bryan Bank, and community service is just not a line item in our mission statement, it's who we are. Because after all, Alabama is our home too. That kind of commitment to community might not be what you would expect from a bank, but it's exactly what you can expect from us. Give us a call or stop by one of our 2 offices in the Huntsville area and experience unbeatable service and legendary results.
Bryan Bank Equal Housing Lender, NMLS ID 2428943, member FDIC. More savings, more selection, more for your trade. I'm Bobby White, and we've got more to love all month long at Lynn Leighton Ford in Decatur. While they last, save up to $11,000 off MSRP on select 2025 F-150 crew cabs. $11,000 off F-150. Save more on remaining 25 Mustangs, up to $8,500 off MSRP on select models. Yep, $8,500 off on a Mustang. Save up to $10,000 off MSRP on remaining new 2025 Explorers, up to $10,000 off. New 25 Bronco Sport start under $27,000. That's right, just $26,800 after a $1,000 Ford owner loyalty rebate. New 25 Broncos start at just $36,500. That's $36,500 after the $1,000 Ford owner loyalty rebate. And there's never any hidden markups or dock fees. All these offers with your good credit, and we hope to see you soon at Lynn Layton Ford, right in the heart of Ford country, just a mile south of the Beltline indicator, or online anytime at lynnlaytonford.com.
If you're ready to lower your utility bills, it's time to call Eagle Insulation. Eagle can handle it all. Attic re-insulation, insulation removal, wall insulation, and new construction insulation, commercial and residential. Our primary goal is to save you money, and lots of it. Typical clients realize their return on investment within 3 to 6 months. That means the re-insulation actually pays for itself and then some. See if we can help you. Contact Eagle Insulation today, 256-755-1556, or log on insulatewitheagle.com.
If hunting and outdoor recreation are your passions, it all starts with the right property. That's where I come in. I am Bo Butler with Southland Realty and Auction, a hunting and recreational land specialist and a Jackson County native who sees land through a hunter's eyes. Just as you trust your guide on a big game hunt, you can trust me to find the perfect property for you. Thinking of selling? Let me help you make your land attract buyers. Remember, Bo knows land. Call me at 256-609-0512.
No Wi-Fi?
How are we going to stream the game?
Mom, I have a research project due.
How are we going to make dinner? Don't let power outages send your family into a meltdown. Get a Generac generator from Current Electrical. We keep your lights on and your Wi-Fi on. Visit gensuperstore.com or call 256-880-1880. Trust us, your family will thank you.
Most current way to keep your power on. GeneracSuperstore.com.
Basketball fans, get ready as the Conference USA Basketball Tournament is set to return to the Rocket City and Probst Arena March 10th through 14th, featuring 20 men's and women's basketball teams playing 18 games with Conference USA titles and NCAA automatic bids on the line. It's 5 days of exciting hoops action at BBC Probst Arena. Jump into the action by getting your tickets now by visiting Ticketmaster.com. And we'll see you inside the BBC March 10th through the 14th. Come find out who will be putting on their dancing shoes.
Talking Ball with Scott Tyson and Drew DeArmond. Weekday mornings beginning at 7 a.m. Only on 97.7 ESPN and the 97.7 ESPN The Zone app.
Final call for phone calls. It's been a long day for these two guys right here in the studio.
It's been a yo-yo. I've made 3 trips.
Well, yeah, it's about right for me too. Yeah. Again, big zone deals.
And then I even had someone text me, and they were joking, and they said, "I know you laughed." And I guess I couldn't help it. Everybody knows I love Buc-ee's.
Yeah.
And minimum, 25, 35,
I was about
40.
to say, you're walking out with at least 30 bucks.
I've still got
Rick
chocolate
said you
covered.
dropped 50 in there.
Hey, man, I've still got cinnamon pecans and chocolate covered raisins left from the last trip where Scott videoed me, But I mean, as we know, I already gave a shout out to Twickenham Dentistry today,
mm-hmm.
and they said, "Well, you had to do your Buc-ee's impersonation." And then they're like, "I know you laughed. Admit it." And I said, "Guilty."
That's a rodent, not a marsupial.
Yeah.
So this is what happens.
Was Buc-ee's in your truck?
This is relatively what happens when two people host a morning show,
right?
Then host an evening show in the same day.
Yeah,
all the
same
jokes are done.
It's just
that's why.
It's why. It's why. Yes, we're.
And how did that make you feel?
Good enough, smart enough,
and doggone it, people
like me. Anyway, that is going to wrap us up here for this Tuesday edition. Again, no show tomorrow. Thursday, a very abbreviated show that's going to morph into a pregame for UH Charger basketball. 3 home games left for the Chargers. AUM's in town on Thursday. Montevallo's in town on Saturday.
No, that's going to be something.
Yes, it will. And then a week from Friday, West Alabama is in town for the final game of the regular season.
I'll tell you what, tomorrow, come hang out with me and Bill Crawford on The Point with Bill Crawford on Talk Radio WZZM.
2 o'clock.
We're here from 2 to 4. Come hang out with us and be live radio. Stuff that affects you.
Any more television stars gonna?
Well, we don't know.
Okay.
I mean, weatherman Jordan Dressman may just pop in at any moment. You never know who's going to be on there. We've got some really good guests, and we're fixed to hit our 1 month anniversary of that show coming up on the 20th.
Wow.
So it's been a lot of fun. So
You know,
come hang out with us.
I used to count the number of drives that and I stopped maybe about 3 years ago when we were past, like, I think it was a little over 2,500 shows.
Yeah, I haven't even kept up with how many I've done.
I'll do some math tonight, courtesy of Jeff Robodine.
Since 1983, Berkshire Hathaway Rise Real Estate's Ann Adams has been your local go-to real estate expert in the area.